This Void Titan build will allow you to have insane amounts of overshield and destroy any opponent that tests you in the Crucible. Especially if you like to be super pushy and aggressive, you're really going to enjoy this build. If you've been around my channel for a while, you noticed that I kind of neglect Titan builds on my channel, so I wanted to show y'all some love so y'all can have some fun as well. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, think about hitting that subscribe button for more future Destiny 2 build videos. So yeah, throughout this video, I'll be going over the exotics, aspects, fragments, and armor mods needed to make this build truly unstoppable. I had a lot of fun experimenting and playing with this build, so I hope you guys enjoy and decide to try it out for yourselves. Now let's hop straight into the vid. Starting with the exotic I'm going to be showcasing in this build, we have no backup plans. I saw this exotic in my inventory and wanted to see how it would work in a void build, and it turns out it's actually pretty fun and useful. When matching this exotic with your void subclass, you will get a great deal of benefits. When looking at what the exotic does, rapid shotgun final blows will grant you a void overshield and start health regeneration. While your overshield is active, your shotguns will deal an extra 10% damage in PvP, and each additional shotgun kill will refresh your overshield. So basically, this exotic will allow you to be the most pushy and annoying void titan you could ever be, and will allow you to have insane survivability. The best part is overshields are already pretty easy to obtain, so this exotic will just make you have overshields for days. This exotic is amazing, especially if you're used to using shotguns and you're really good at pushing and getting in people's faces, and getting rapid kills with this weapon is not going to be hard for you, especially if you're using shotguns like conditional finality. It's super easy to kill a whole team sometimes, so yeah, just find the right shotgun for you and this will be super easy. If you're more of a passive player and don't think no backup plan will work for you, I have a bonus exotic you could definitely use. It's called the One-Eyed Mask. It's fairly simple. Anytime an opponent damages you, they will become highlighted. If you track down and kill them, you will also be granted an overshield. I feel like this exotic can be a lot better if you're more of a passive player in Trials of Osiris and competitive, because you don't have to push people and you can just sit back, get damaged, so you highlight a target, kill them, and get an overshield that way as well. It really depends on your play style. I feel like they both work in 6v6 or 3v3. It really just depends on what kind of player you are and how good you are with the shotgun. But yeah, of course, it's up to you. I just wanted to offer an alternative for different types of players. Yeah, enough rambling about why I use my exotic. Let's hop into my subclass and talk about my aspects. The first one we have is Bastion. You cast your super, you granted overshield to nearby allies. I don't really care too much about that. It's always nice, but doesn't really affect you. And also, when you cast a barricade, you grant an overshield to yourself and nearby allies, while also empowering it. This basically means that if someone's hiding behind your barricade, their overshield will begin to regenerate while also extending the overshield's duration. So anytime you and your allies are hiding behind your barricade, you're just going to be granted a free overshield, which nobody will complain about. Anytime you're about to go into a fight, if you put up your barricade, you can just enter that fight with an overshield already, and if you get enough shotgun kills, you can get another overshield and just keep going. And if you're curious how much health you actually get extra with the void overshield, it's up to 45 extra health, which can definitely save you in a lot of situations. Now moving on to our next aspect, we have offensive bulwark. While you have an overshield or inside a ward of dawn, your grenade charge will be significantly faster and you'll have increased melee range and damage. And also, your melee final blows will extend the duration of your overshield. So to put it in short terms, if you have an overshield or inside a ward of dawn, you're gonna have a bunch of increased benefits, which make this aspect very much worth using. But just because you're using this aspect does not mean you have to use ward of dawn. You can use sentinel shield, I would say, in more of 6v6 situations, but ward of dawn is definitely the better option in game modes like competitive and Trials of Osiris, just because if they're objective based, then you kind of want to have that bubble just to guarantee a win, even if it is a little cheesy. It's just how it works. But yeah, those are my two aspects I like to use. The other aspect you can choose from is called controlled demolition. I personally don't think it works well in PvP. When it comes to volatile explosions and volatile rounds and making targets volatile, I don't think it's really worth it in PvP, because it takes too much damage to make someone volatile for it to really be worth it. But yeah, not quickly going over my abilities, starting with my grenade. I like to run Axion bolts, but it really just depends on your opinion. Suppressor nades are always fun. It's just really your choice. I just like Axions because they seek out targets. I also run Shield Bash, especially since we're running shotguns. Being able to sprint, get that buff, Shield Bash, and then shotgun people just makes getting our multi-kills super easy, because the Shield Bash will guarantee if these people are basically almost dead, get the easy shotgun kills or the punches, and then make the exotic go into work. I'm always a catapult lift kind of guy. I always need that strong initial burst. And then for barricade, of course, use towering barricade. The rally barricade is not for PvP. I don't know why people use it, but yeah, that's all for my abilities. Now moving on to my fragments. The first one we have is Echo of Remnants. Your lingering grenade effects for vortex grenades, void walls, void spikes, and Axion bolts have increased duration. So it's really a quality of life thing to make sure grenades get in the most damage as possible and actually make it to a target. And the second fragment I'm using is Echo of Vigilance. Defeating a target while your shields are depleted grants you a temporary void overshield. So another way you can get an overshield, which is great. Just think about it. A lot of the gunfights you're going to be in, you're going to be low health by the time the other person dies because, you know, you're fighting each other. So you're just going to keep getting overshields back over and over again, matched up with the other ways you can get overshields. So really, overshields galore. So yes, this fragment is a must use on this build. And moving on to the third fragment, we have Echo of Persistence. Void buffs applied to you, such as invisibility, overshield, and devour will have increased duration. Obviously, we really only care about overshield, so longer overshield means that we have more time to find a battle and our shield won't be gone by the time we get there, and we can just keep that shield up as long as possible, which is what we want. Then the fourth fragment we have, which is the last one, we have Echo of Leeching. Melee final blows will start health regeneration for you and nearby allies. This one is also a must because you guys know how shotgun titans are. You shotgun and you punch every time. So if your shotgun doesn't kill them, you punch them. So a lot of your kills are going to end up being punches if you're not using that good of a shotgun or whatever. So having the health regeneration and overshield is going to make you an unstoppable force in the Crucible. But yeah, I think the thing I like the most about this build is that it doesn't completely rely on the no backup plan exotic to get an overshield. Because obviously we can't get double kills with our shotguns all the time. So at least we have the other ways to get overshields as well. The Void subclass allows you to get overshields in many different ways. But as long as you're pushy and get your kills, you also get bonus overshields, which I feel like is really great and it all complements each other really well. Especially with all these fragments and aspects together, this build is really fun to use in PvP, and I've been having a great time. But yeah, that's all for my subclass. Now I'll move on to my armor mods. Just to let you guys know, I'm running a Shira's Wrath SMG, which is a Void. So any of the Void mods you see on here, you can switch out with Solar, Stasis, or whatever your main weapon of choice is. Starting with the helmet, I'm just running 2 targeting mods. My gauntlets, I'm running 1 dexterity, fastball, and impact induction. Fastball for the increased grenade throw distance, and impact induction for reduced grenade cooldown anytime I do damage with my melee attack. For my chest piece, I'm just running 2 unflinching mods. For my legs, I'm running 1 absolution, just for reducing all my ability cooldowns each time I pick up an overpower. And then I'm running 2 innervations, which reduces my grenade cooldown anytime I pick up an overpower. And then lastly, on my bond, I'm running bomber, reduces my grenade cooldown when using my class ability, which means that anytime I put my barricade down, I'll get more grenade energy. And then I am using outreach, reduces my melee cooldown when using my class ability, so really just helping reduce my cooldowns by using my barricade. And then I'm also running a Reaper, which is one of my favorites. After I use my barricade, my next weapon final blow will spawn an overpower, and I can pick that up to make these perks activate. So these are the mods I like to use. Obviously you can customize them or you can copy me exactly, do what you want. These are the best perks in my opinion to be using with this build and to make you have optimal performance. What do you guys think of the new fit? I feel like it matches the arms a lot better than having all that glowing trials stuff. Yeah, I know you guys don't care about that. Moving on to my character stats, I would definitely focus recovery, discipline, and maybe strength. Recovery and discipline definitely top ones. You can get away with not having that high resilience and mobility. I don't really care for on Titans. I would definitely go for high recovery because you want to get that health regen back as quick as possible. Discipline's always nice to get your nades back, but if you like strength more just to get a cooldown for your melee abilities so you can use your shoulder bash more often, that's up to you. Yeah, it's really a preference. 100% recovery in PvP though, and then I would pick between discipline or strength depending on what your goals are for this build and how you want to play. But yeah, that's enough of that, and that's all I have for this build. Real quick, I'm gonna go back into my subclass and go through it again just so you guys can see for yourself what it looks like. So just so you guys can see it rather than just me talking about it. This is what my build looks like, and of course I'll be leaving the dim link in the description if you want to check out the build that way. But yeah guys, that's all I have for my build video today. I know I've been slacking on Titan builds, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one and decided to try it out yourselves. There's gonna be a lot more coming soon, so be ready for that. And as always, thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. We're coming up on 2,000 subs right now, which is truly amazing because just a few months ago we weren't even at 1,000, which is pretty crazy to think about. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos because I really enjoy making them. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a great day, and until next time, peace. Fun fact, I know neither of these people. The Destiny community is great sometimes. Look at this.